Hello, this is Professor CC19, and today I'm going to be playing through the first 8 stages of Swordplay Showdown in Wii Sports Resort to talk a little bit about speedrunning strategy, the best times to use block canceling as a strategy, and if you aren't able to do that, a few tips for these first few levels as well. So block canceling is where you press B to go through your opponent's block. B usually being to just block normally, but if you press it as you are swinging at the right moment in a certain window of frames, you can go right through the block of your CPU Mii opponent. It is a strategy of the top speedrunners of this sport, and I am going to be using it here in these first few levels when I think it is best to be used, and I'll tell you when. So here in Stage 1, mostly green armor miis. If you're starting from basement level, they will rarely block. However, Sandra here, gold armor, she likes to block a lot, usually vertically. Same with Michael. So if you're using block canceling, block cancel on Sandra and Michael. But if not, try to swing vertically, because that is the direction they usually block. These miis rarely block up until you get to Catherine. She's a little bit delayed to block, so you could just swing up through Catherine and get lucky, but I would probably block cancel on her as well. Same with Cole, just to be safe. However, otherwise he usually blocks horizontally, and you can swing from side to side. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing for each of these levels. There's going to be more people to remember each time. And if you were looking to learn block canceling, my best advice would be practice. Don't be too tense about it or too hard on yourself, because it definitely takes time. And the good news is, at least for me, once you learn it, it usually stays with you as muscle memory. So even if you don't play for a while, you're not likely to forget it. Right there, AE usually blocks horizontally. Whoa! Always use block canceling on Silky, because she is the most aggressive Mii in these first few stages. Emma sometimes blocks. Gwen, we got blocked by. Nick, we got blocked by. This is not going super well. Gwen, red armor, usually blocks, unless you're going fast enough. Nick usually blocks vertically. Naomi usually blocks horizontally. Haley here also usually blocks horizontally there. Jake, and then Gabby. So AE horizontally. Silky, always do block canceling if you can, and be careful. The Horde, just try and swing as quickly as you can. Then Nick vertically and Naomi horizontally. Those are the main people to remember in Stage 2. Stage 3, I would say this is probably easier than Stage 2, in my opinion. James. See, with the red armor miis, they change their blocks, so they can be either vertical or horizontal. Eddie, there in Stage 3, usually horizontal. Michael, usually vertical. And again, the red armors, it really depends, so... Here in the Horde, it really depends on how fast you are, but... In the Horde, usually horizontal. But then afterwards, Emily and Alex, usually vertical. Tyrone, usually horizontal. And then Siobhan, usually vertical. Nick, horizontal. Martin and Kentaro, usually vertical. And then Miguel never blocks. If you're having a hard time keeping up with this, as I am doing this as I'm playing it, please feel free to watch it back, slow it down a little bit. You can play this video in half or 0.75 speed, might be helpful. But otherwise, I hope this is at least a starting point for what miis to look out for. Here in Stage 4, James, usually horizontal. Emma, usually vertical. She wasn't blocking at all there, so that's quite lucky. Now here, if you go fast enough, most of the gold armors will not block. If they do, it's usually vertical. So there with Tommy, Megan, Martin tends to block a lot. And then AE is somewhat aggressive, but when blocking, usually horizontal. Through here, the Horde rarely ever blocks, even some of these red armors afterwards. Chris, horizontal. Akira, as you can see, vertical. Gwen, it depends. Usually I would say vertical for Gwen. But yeah, Akira especially in that little section after the Horde blocks a lot. Hio and Luca horizontal, Ashley vertical. And that was cool. That's stage 4. Notice we had more miis that time, 50 to be precise. Now here, stage 5, there are a lot of miis that block in this stage. Most of them, of the gold armors, usually block vertically. The vast majority, I would say. I will point out the notable exceptions, the first being Shohei, usually horizontal. Eddie and Ren, vertical. Abby, usually horizontal, I think. Victor, vertical, as you can see. Vincenzo, horizontal. Emma is going to swing at us. I'm waiting to see what she does, because I honestly don't remember. Emma, horizontal. Mia, vertical. There we go. For this horde here, I like to call it a horde, block cancel as much as you can. Otherwise, most of them do vertical. Almost all of them, up until there with Rainer. Same for these few miis here. David, Eva, and then Haru is the other exception doing horizontal. And that is it for stage 5. That was a great ending, actually. So I think Shohei, Abby, Vincenzo, Emma, and Haru were like the notable exceptions there. Everyone else did vertical, which means you should be swinging vertical. Alright, James, horizontal in stage 6. Patrick doesn't usually block, to be honest. Midori and Miyu, they're like sisters, both vertical. They're very predictable on this stage. Same with a few miis coming up here. Akira, vertical. Pierre, usually horizontal. Shouda, usually vertical. Lucia, usually vertical. The entire horde kind of switches up, so just block cancel if you can. Otherwise, a lot of them do kind of both. Afterwards, a few of these do horizontal. Hiromi, Oscar, Chika vertical, Vincenzo vertical, Shohei horizontal. The horde is usually just chaotic, so it's hard to get a good horde if you're not block canceling. Once again, you can feel free to slow the video down, watch it back if you're taking notes, or if you're looking to speedrun this, I would wish you the absolute best of luck and hope this helps, because this is a very fun category to speedrun. Now here, stages 7 and 8. Block canceling is very crucial, because there are cycle points that you need to beat. So as the miis spawn in, you keep walking towards them, but if you go too far too fast, the game tries to hold you back, and obviously that is slower. There are no gold armor miis that block in this state. Only green armors, red armors, and purple armors. As you approach the red armors, depends on how fast you are, most of them block horizontally, but it is usually random. So they could block vertically. Just be prepared and maybe take an extra moment to check with the red armors on this stage. You see there, most of them were blocking horizontally, but Nelly did vertical. Up here, Jesse tends to block, despite being a green armor. Usually it's horizontal. I've just noticed that as a pattern. It's not confirmed, but I noticed it happens fairly often. Ooh, Ashley blocked. Don't see that too often. Notice you can see the miis spawning in the distance. We have broken through the cycle because we've gone fast enough. And that is that. Also, if you didn't break through the cycle and you are not walking forward, swing rapidly back and forth. That causes you to move a little bit faster towards the miis. Alright, and this is the final stage for this video. Afterwards, once you hit stage 9, there's a lot of miis that can be blocking any number of directions from there onward. Like, there's not as many that are predictable. So, block canceling, kind of important to learn from stage 9 onward. And I wish you the best of luck in your pursuits of that strategy. And if you aren't learning it, just the best of luck for all of the other stages. Notice in this stage we don't have red armors, but we have purple armors as the two-hearted miis. They tend to block vertically more often, but they can change their block much quicker and more often. So it's better to just use block canceling. Aside from that, everyone else is a green armor in this stage. And there's everyone spawning in. Whoops. Yeah, decalibrated there, and that is that. That is stages 1 through 8. Once again, feel free to watch it back, slow it down where you need to, for any of the notes of what directions the miis usually block. And I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors if you choose to speedrun this sport. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please like and subscribe. Tune in on Twitch where I stream speedruns and other fun stuff all the time. And I think that's it. Bye for now.